drives, puts up a left-handed scoop shot and makes it. To Swan inside to Jackson. Nice little turnaround shot. Turns, finds Claudia Hart wide open for the three, and Hart nails it. Swan drives into the heart of the defense, the paint. Back to Drynan, goes inside to Jackson, wide open, great cut. Drynan on the outside, puts up a three-pointer. Boom! Now it's Jones, Sang, 7 seconds on the shot clock, puts up a three-pointer. Jones, little scoop shot on a off-balance layup. Drives into the paint, puts up a shot, blocked by Taylor Jackson. Inbound pass goes to Schwecke. She gives it to Corbett, underneath, misses, and Simon Fraser will win this game 79-77.
Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us on Clan TV for the final Simon Fraser University women's basketball home game of the season. I'm Howard Samura here, coming to you live from Burnaby Mountain, and it's it's always tough when the home portion of the season ends, the regular season though as well, ending tonight for Simon Fraser, and they are continuing to work towards that potential playoff berth. What a thrilling game it was on Tuesday night. The Clan ladies pulled off a dramatic victory to set up a must-win season finale tonight against Montana State Billings, and the Yellow Jackets will have more on the visitors in a moment. But first, a recap of what went down during that game on Tuesday. If you're with us on Clan TV, 2 nights ago the game came down to the wire, and the winner wasn't decided until the final play, and at the end Simon Fraser manages to hang on in a crucial 79-77 victory over their border rivals Western Washington. The Vikings were in town for that one. Clan forward Sophie Swant, the GNAC free throw percentage leader, who had made 103 of 113 free throws entering the contest, missed a pair of free throws with 24 seconds remaining to give the Vikings a chance at the go-ahead bucket. And Gracie Castaneda of the Vikings drove through the lane, but Taylor Jackson blocked her shot, grabbed the ball to maintain a 1-point SFU lead at 78-77. Jessica Jones missed her first free throw, but hit the second to make it a 2-point Clan lead at 79-77, setting up the last possession of the game. Western Washington, their inbounds pass went to Anna Schwecke, who found a cutting Nikki Corbett for an open layup at the buzzer, but the shot bounced off the rim and out and gave Simon Fraser the heart-stopping victory on its home floor. In addition to that critical block, Taylor Jackson also scored 19 points on 8 of 19 shooting, was 3 for 3 from the line, and grabbed 5 rebounds along with the steal. Taylor Drynan added 16 points. She was 4 of 5 from beyond the arc and picked up 5 assists, while Sophie Swant had 15 points. Jessica Jones also had a big night, scoring 10 points to go along with 6 rebounds, 9 assists, and a steal in 34 minutes for the redshirt freshman, Jessica Jones. And with that huge victory, the Clan improving to 13-14 overall this season, most importantly 8-11 in the GNAC. Tonight the team will look to further increase their odds of securing that 6th and final playoff spot with a win against Montana State Billings, a team that has already clinched their berth to the tournament in Anchorage next week. Take a look on the screen. Simon Fraser with that 8-11 record this season at Montana State Billings, losing 70-61. Montana State Billings, coached by Kevin Wooden, 11-7. And as we mentioned, already in the GNAC postseason party last week, a 20-point win over Concordia, and then a loss, 77-65 to Western Oregon. The bottom line here for Simon Fraser, we'll get to Montana State Billings in a second, but Simon Fraser, and so many permutations on the table still, with a number of different teams right at that area of that 6th and final playoff spot. All Simon Fraser has to worry about is winning this game tonight, because all of it becomes moot if they don't come through with a victory here tonight. They are playing a team that is on the road. They are playing a team that's already in the playoffs, and Simon Fraser needs to play their most desperate basketball of the season here tonight. So with about 5 minutes remaining before the anthems and the opening tip, we can let you know that last week Montana State Billings picked up a split in their final homestand. As we mentioned, the team won easily against Concordia. That a 25-point, 8-rebound, 8-assist performance from the senior Alicia Breen, who you will see a ton of here tonight. What a player she has been over her career at Montana State Billings. The Yellow Jackets then hosted Western Oregon on their seniors night, but lost 77-65. The hosts led 50-43 after 3 quarters, but an explosive 34-point fourth quarter by the Wolves erased the Montana State Billings advantage. The Jackets, as we mentioned, 11-7 in league play, 4th place in the standings. In that December 2nd meeting, as we mentioned, the 9-point Billings win, 70-61. In that game, Taylor Jackson, 18 points on 6 of 10 shooting, 6 of 8 from the stripe. Also grabbed 5 rebounds. Tia Sang and Nicole Vanderhelm, 12 and 10 points respectively. The key players to watch tonight for Montana State Billings will be Alicia Breen, obviously Riley Kane, and Vanessa Stavish. And those GNAC standings will let you know. 5 of 6 teams have clinched playoff berth. Simon Fraser and Western Washington, as you look on your screen right there, share an 8-11 and 8-11 records, while Concordia and Western Oregon both at 7-11. Prior to their final scores from Thursday, we'll bring you up to date on those. To look ahead in the conference, Western Washington versus Montana State Billings on Saturday in Bellingham. Concordia plays at Seattle Pacific on Saturday. Western Oregon plays at St. Martin's on Saturday. Take a look at where Simon Fraser sits, and this is their final game of the season, having played their Tuesday game, their must-win against Western Washington, looking to close, with a victory here tonight, which would give them a 3-1 record on this 4-game regular season closing homestand. So big one. You can't make it any bigger in terms of what Simon Fraser has to try and accomplish in this game today. And the 6th and final seed, as we say, will come down to the wire. May need to be determined by a tiebreaker. So if we get a Clan victory tonight, and you touch wood if you're a Clan fan, you'd love to see that. A Clan victory, and from what we believe, there is no chance to clinch that GNAC berth tonight. Simon Fraser has to win tonight, and then they've got to do some scoreboard watching on Saturday. Most specifically, the Montana State Billings game at Western Washington will be a key game to watch. But also, as we mentioned, all those other games on the periphery could end up playing a factor as well. As you look at your screen, Jessica Jones warming up that sweet 3-point jump shot. The McMath product has really gotten it going here towards the end of this her redshirt freshman season. Love to see the form there that she shows in knocking that down. And as you look on that wide angle view, Jessica Jones, the only Clan player left on the floor, just wanting to feel that rhythm here. 1:38 to go here before the anthems. And Jones on a real roll there. She's knocking them down from all over the perimeter. Ozzie Nabucco, the injured reigning GNAC freshman of the year, on the court there, helping her rebound. We see Taylor Jackson. What a game Taylor Jackson had. That big block against Western Washington was huge, and she had a huge efficiency night from the field. Taylor Jackson, the junior and the transfer from Cal Irvine, as she prepares for this contest tonight. We can let you know the Clan starters tonight will be Tia Sang, wearing number 1, the 5'9" sophomore guard out of Richmond, British Columbia, the former McRoberts striker in the starting lineup. Taylor Dryden as well, the sophomore point guard at 5'7" from Spokane and Gonzaga Prep. Taylor Jackson, the center, 6'3" junior out of Brookswood Secondary in Langley and UC Irvine. Sophie Swan, the 5'11" junior forward out of Argyle Secondary in North Vancouver. And as we mentioned, Jessica Jones, you see her there again talking with assistant coach Jessica Wallace, the 5'9" redshirt freshman out of McMass Secondary in Richmond. Bruce Langford is the head coach in his 17th season at Simon Fraser. His assistants, Jessica Wallace, the student assistant, the former point guard Ellen Kett, part of that coaching staff. Strength and conditioning coach TJ Sider. Get ready now to dim the house lights, and we'll get you the Montana State Billings starters as well. But first, we will take a break here from the West Gym for the singing and the playing of the national anthems. We'll be back with more from the West Gym in just a moment.
Montana State University Billings Yellow Jackets And your will play the American and Canadian national anthems.
And we are back with you here at the West Gym. Howard Samura, Clan TV. Our thanks to the whole Clan TV crew again in our final home game of the women's basketball season, our final SFU basketball production here on Clan TV. And again, thanks to the dedicated individuals who man the cameras and twirl all the knobs here, especially our producer, Gabriel Lynn. We thank him as always for the incredible job to get Clan TV on there. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast wherever you may be watching us on the World Wide Web. And the Montana State University Billings Yellow Jackets being introduced to the crowd. Vanessa Stavish, number 15, is a 6-foot junior forward. Alicia Breen, the 5'10 senior forward. Lexi Prevo, the 5'7 senior guard. Taylor Cunningham as well, a sophomore 5'11 forward. And Riley Kane, the 5'6 senior guard. The 5 starters for Montana State Billings, as we mentioned already, in the GNAC dance. Those teams will converge on Anchorage for the big dance. Simon Fraser, yet to fill that dance card, would love to take a big step towards doing that here tonight. A must-win game. And such a huge, huge contest ahead as Taylor Jackson introduced to the crowd here, along with already Tia Sang and Taylor Drynan. Simon Fraser, as we mentioned, all season long, going with an 8-player rotation. These players have logged huge minutes. Sophie Swan, number 21. Clearly, Sophie Swan, you'd have to look at her and say, heart and soul of the Simon Fraser University women's basketball team. What a great player she's developed into in her junior season. physicality and just a pure guts mentality that you love to see in your players. Leading scorer, energy player, and well respected. So Sophie Swan, she closes out her junior season. Taylor Jackson as well, closing out her junior season. There are, of course, no seniors on this team. We'd be having seniors night tonight if that indeed was the case. But there are no seniors on this Simon Fraser team. So we get set now for the opening tip. And getting set to jump it at center for Montana State Billings, Vanessa Stavish, the 6-foot junior out of Frenchtown, Montana. Keep an eye on Alicia Breen, the 5'10 senior. 4 Montana natives and the Washington native out of Spokane is Taylor Cunningham, wearing number 22. Stavish will jump it against Taylor Jackson. And again, Simon Fraser in a must-win situation if they have any hope of that 6th and final GNAC berth as Jackson wins the opening tip. And we're underway here from the West Gym. Riley Kane coming out to guard Drynan. He'll swing it to Tia Sang at the top. Billings with a victory at home over Simon Fraser earlier this season, but Simon Fraser can't worry about that. They got to come out and get the big W here. 3 from the corner from Sang off the side iron and rebounded by Stavish. Quickly down the floor to Prevost. The kick back up top to Stavish. Offensive foul. Stavish getting called for the foul there. The first foul of this basketball game coming 46 seconds into the proceedings. Still no score. Simon Fraser in their home whites. And the sophomore point guard, Taylor Drynan. Sang to Jones. Get it back to Drynan. Jones will feed the post now. Jackson's inside out move. Taylor with 12 on the shot clock. Great move in the paint for Jackson. She makes it a 2-0 a Simon Fraser lead. Of course, Jackson ultra efficient from the field against Western Washington in that key block late. So Taylor coming off one of her more meaningful performances of this season. Trying to turn a corner and losing her balance. There's Kane. She gets it back this time. Dishes off to Stavish for the 3 off the back iron. Chased down, and Lexi Prevost will recycle that shot clock. Kane with the basketball. She'll pull up from inside the arc and knock down a jump shot there. So Riley Kane taking what the defense gives her, the 5'6" senior out of Red Lodge, Montana, with a jump shot there. Sophie, little head fake, kick back to Jones. Jessica working off the screen, instead pulls back. Drynan. Shot clock now at 10. Swan with the basketball, working off the Jackson screen. The give and go underneath, and Taylor 2 for 2 from the field. Jackson makes it 4-2 Simon Fraser. So Taylor on a roll from the field. The carryover from the Western Washington game there for her. She's doing a great job early. Nice 2-person game there with Sophie Swan. As the shot clock ticked down. Crossover move by Kane, back up top, Stavish, 3-ball, again too strong. Oh, and a great opportunity for a rebound. Sophie Swan thought she had that one, but solid play there by Taylor Cunningham, who unfortunately turns it over, and now Simon Fraser with the basketball. Jackson working hard for post position. Swan will take the jump shot instead, and coming up shy, Prevost with the loose ball to Kane. Kane driving inside, goes the length of the court. And they lost Riley Kane, and she took it right to the rim for the lay-in. Ties this game at 4. Sophie's drive to stop in the pivot outside to Tia Sang. Sophie finds a seam and goes right to the rim for the lay-in. Great job by Swan there. Recognition in the half court to see the lane open. Obviously, you have to be so decisive with that drive. She's right there to get to the rim. Tough move, though. It's not going to fall, but a great move there by Cunningham. It's on some Contact later. Again, right down the court. Drynan goes down the court. No foul called. And running hard on that play to get the block, Riley Kane. One of those ones you'd love to see on a replay. As we do take a look at it, a little bit tough to tell from that angle. And Taylor Drynan working hard to get right down the court. Thought she had a chance for that 94-foot lane. Taylor Jackson getting called for the block. Thought she was there, but that is a big part of Taylor's game, and she'll continue to challenge the offense throughout the game in terms of getting to the spot and establishing defensive position. This one going Montana State's way. Tough shot inside. Clan defenders all over the place. And credit Tia Sang for getting there quickly and for Sophie Swan to come to the rescue as well. And they stop a Montana State possession. Here's Tia for three. Bingo, Tia Sang, and don't let her get hot if you're a Montana State fan, because Tia Sang can fill it up. She knocks down the triple there, 9-4 Simon Fraser. So a couple of nice baskets from Taylor Jackson in the paint. Sophie Swan with the drive, and Tia with the three ball from the corner. That puts us at 9-4. Jump shot. Alicia Breen with the miss there. Montana State Billings, you know when they get going from the outside, are dangerous, but from their perspective early, coming up a bit strong on so many of their efforts. There they go in, trying to find Jackson. Jessica Jones's pass eluding Taylor Jackson. Subs will now enter the game. Taylor Jackson will come out, as will Jessica Jones. As we take a look at this replay, we'll catch up on who's coming in. Beautiful release from Tia Sang. The McRoberts Strikers of Richmond. Certainly not known as a basketball powerhouse, but everybody knew about Tia Sang coming out of high school. What a great player she's turned out to be here as well. Brings so many different aspects to this Simon Fraser team. Hannah Collins, number 2, is checked in this game, as has number 11, Taylor Edwards, at the guard spots. Number 13 is Rachel Kohler, so some big-time changes. Kendall Sands, the pure freshman, getting the tip. Taylor Drynan pulling up for the three, just off the mark there. And Collins is going to chase down that loose ball. Quickly to Breen, now to Riley Kane. Kane turns a corner. She is such a smart basketball player, and don't sleep on Riley Kane. She will take what you give her. She will find the openings, and she gets once again to the window for the lay-in. 9-6, Simon Fraser with a three-point lead. Down to 4:20 remaining in this first quarter of play. Swant from 17 is going to rip the mesh there. 11-6. Great shot by Sophie, no hesitation. Montana State to the basket, laying it up and in on a quick turnaround move is Rachel Kohler. And there's a lack of recognition there from Simon Fraser to give up that basketball. To give up that basket check. Simon Fraser now with a basketball. They still have a three-point lead. Here's Kendall Sands to drive and dish out to Sophie Swan. Hart with a three-pointer off the mark there. Chased down the loose ball there by Rachel Kohler. Quickly, Kane head-manning the ball to Collins. Hannah Collins will kick it back to Kane as Montana State Billings sets up in the half court. Kane again with the basketball. Jessica Jones will check in for the Clan at the next stoppage. There's Breen, shot clock's down to 4. Instead she goes down low as the shot clock set to expire, and they can't get the finish underneath with Rachel Kohler. So keep it at 11-8. Simon Fraser with a solid defensive stand there. Under 3 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. It's going by really quickly. Kendall Sands tries to score with some physicality, can't get it done. Montana State with a chance to go within one or tie with a three ball. Collins cross court. Three-pointer on the way, again off the back iron, this time by Taylor Edwards. But the big long rebound recycled by the Yellow Jackets. They move underneath. What a great move underneath to get Riley Kane, but just enough physical presence from Tia Sang. And I think we're going to get a Montana State foul So Rachel Kohler getting called for the foul, the second team foul of that game. We see a final score, Concordia 81, St. Martin 70. Concordia, of course, having a couple of wins against Simon Fraser this season. In a timeout here, the Clan dance team on the floor. 73-68, I'm told, is the score for Seattle Pacific. They get a victory tonight. We'll have to see how all this comes together. But Simon Fraser, as we said, their whole MO, just try to win this basketball game tonight. We can go through some of these numbers. Simon Fraser has come out shooting 46% from the field. They're 5 of 11, 1 of 5 from downtown. 4 points apiece for Sophie Swan and Taylor Jackson. And the Yellow Jackets led by the 6 points of Riley Kane, 6 of their 8, 3 or 4 shooting from the field. So updating those standings, top 6 qualifying, you take a look at it right there. Right now, Simon Fraser tied with Western Washington for that 6th and final playoff spot. Concordia creeping up with their victory to 7 and 11. Dryden now with the basketball, 2:13 remaining. It's a 3-point deficit for Montana State Billings. Simon Fraser with the basketball, Swan. Jones goes back to Sophie. Interesting defensive show here from Montana State Billings. Very zone-ish, but they get inside it, kick it out, and Tia once again has the magic touch from beyond the arc. So Western Oregon, Seattle Pacific 73, Western Oregon 68. Scores filtering in. Turnaround shot underneath is gonna go. And Rachel Kohler making a difference off the bench, pulling her team to within 4. Jones to Hart, Claudia puts it on the deck. Back to Dryden, shot clock at 15 as Dryden goes for that patented reverse move, almost gets it to go, just needed a bit more English on it. And that's been a guilty move for Taylor Dryden. Big take to the basket there though by Collins. She just turns on the jets and gets to the glass. Here comes Montana State Billings. There's going to be a boatload of players subbing in. 3 players from, well, make that 4 Billings Yellow Jackets at the check-in. As well, Taylor Jackson and Kendall Sands will check in for Simon Fraser. A lot of new bodies set to come on onto the floor. And you'll see right now how physical Montana State Billings is making it, with Kohler and Prevo working hard underneath and really bodying up to Claudia Hart down low. Prevent the Seahawk grad from getting a touch down low. Just a ton of changes on the floor. Seven players just came into this basketball game. Here's Jones catch and shoot. Off the Swan screen, get to the top of the perimeter. Reversal, Swan, quick move on the baseline. Sophie kicking it out to Jones for 3. Ooh, and doesn't draw iron there as they go inside out. Montana State Billings. Riley Kane, as well Prevo, Cunningham, Gracie Weeks, and Hannah Collins. They're 5 starters right now. Clan with Kendall Sands, Claudia Hart, Taylor Jackson, Sophie Swan, and Jessica Jones on the floor. Kane calls for the high screen. They go to Collins back up top. Weeks with a big 3-ball off the back iron. And here comes Jones as she powers her way over half court, puts a shot up at this. Near the buzzer is off the mark, and that's going to do it. 14-12 in this opening quarter of play. Simon Fraser holding a 2-point lead. Nobody really establishing any kind of an offensive identity here. 14-12 our score from the West Gym. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
For me, one word to describe competing for SFU is passion. Because to accomplish anything, you have to work for it. You need to love to work for it. My passion for basketball drives me to dedicate everything I have to it, day in and day out. I am Graham Miller, and I am proud to be on Canada's NCAA men's basketball team.
And we're back with you here for the start of the second quarter, and I will apologize as we look through those standings. I didn't realize the standings weren't updated, and of course I should know Concordia's victory today, they improved to 9-11. Western Oregon, their loss to Seattle Pacific eliminates them from the race as we get back to play. Battle for a loose ball there, Claudia Hart gets to it. Simon Fraser needs to get the victory tonight, and if they do, they would finish at 9-11. But if Simon Fraser wins, there's the possibility as well that Concordia could win and Western Washington could win on Saturday, and in that case could force a three-way tie for that final playoff spot at 9-11. So they would go to the tie-breaking system there. We don't want to get into all the ins and outs. So all we know tonight from the Clan perspective is they have to win this game. Montana State Billings is already in. Simon Fraser needs to be that so-called desperate basketball team to see what they can do here. Hart from the elbow, just off the mark. Great rebound by Sands. She goes off the glass, can't get it to go. Simon Fraser struggling to score the basketball right now. They lead 14-12, but a couple of great opportunities there. Jackson with a nice block, and she's going to get the block on Kane coming down the floor. Riley Kane loves to go the distance. Jones will shoot it, and she will swish it. Not sure if her foot was on the line. We'll have to see how they credit. They will give her the three ball. So the triple for Jones. Kane pulls up from the free throw line again off the back iron and rips it out of the hands of Taylor Jackson. She's going to get it back from her teammate Taylor Cunningham. Probe the paint and go outside to Collins, who splits the defense and wants to make a tough skip pass there. A foul being called. So it looks like the foul going against Sophie Swan. Oh, no, check that, Jessica Jones. Number 33 getting called for the foul there. Just underway in the second quarter here. 17-12 Simon Fraser. High pass off the baseline inbounds to Riley Kane. Working off the Prevost screen. Wants to put up a jump shot. Taylor again is there. But they're going to call a foul on Taylor Jackson. It looked like she got a clean block there. Take a look at the replay there as Jones puts up that beautiful shot. Not too sure about the positioning of her feet on that. It really did look like it was a two, but perhaps I'm mistaken there. But there's no doubting the beauty of that Jessica Jones jump shot. Jones and Kendall Sands will come off the floor. Tia Sang, Taylor Drynan, I believe, back into the game. And Taylor Jackson got called for a foul. That's a tough one there as she didn't even leave her feet to make that block, and the foul shot is good there. So Montana State Billings, of course, hanging around like they like to do. Terrific basketball team. Kick back out to Sang. Hart reversal back to Swan. Finds a seam. Sophie, the jump stop kick to Hart for three. Oh, looked like it had a chance, doesn't go. And it's Breen coming back down the floor. Alicia Breen to Prevost. The three ball from Lexi is off the iron into the hands of Swan for the rebound there. Ryan and Jackson at the high post. Taylor's turnaround shot won't find favor with the iron here in the West Gym and rolls out to Riley Kane. Kane back again to Prevost for three, and she swishes it. 17:15 on the clock in the West Gym, and 17:14. Well, they make it 15. 17:15 on the jump shot there by Breen. Here's Sophie on the baseline, driving hard. Super defensive move there, but the strength of Sophie Swan underneath shows. She had a defender draped all over her, but she's strong enough to score it off the offensive rebound, her own offensive board. Look at this. That is a strong player as well. Strength on strength. Watching Alicia Breen and Sophie Swan battling in the low block, and Breen so strong she's able to regroup and square herself up for that basket. Pass into the post to Taylor Jackson, and Taylor's clobbered underneath. The foul is going to get called against Alexi Provo. And my apologies, I've been getting Provo and Stavish mixed up on a couple of occasions. My apologies to the Montana State fans. I'll do my best to get that straight. Vanessa Stavish 15, Lexi Provo 21. Apologies again. Here's Drynan for three. Taylor shot off the rim. The rebound there by Lexi Prevo. I will get this right. Breen cross court to Brina Hall. Get it back and they'll feed the post. Batted away from behind as they went inside to Breen, and look at who's gonna go right down the court and score it. It's none other than Taylor Drynan. So Drynan with a great job there to score the basketball and make it 21-17. Jump shot there from Stavish, again off the back iron, and look at the reaction for number 15. She's feeling a little snake bitten, and they've had great looks at it, and so many of those shots as we watch Taylor Drynan with that fluid release off the glass for the lay-in. Jessica Jones into the game with Sophie Swan will take a seat. As we said, how many mathematical combinations of 8 can you have with 5 players on the floor from eight players, and Simon Fraser's probably used every single one. Drynan's miss, but Claudia Hart plays the garbage man underneath, gets a nice board and a putback. Step back three though, right on the other end is what a response there. And they come right back and score it with Brina Hall, number 12. The Jackets to within 3. Back up top now. Hart with the basketball, little head fake. She wants to go right to the window. What a great move by Claudia Hart. Shows off the handles there. She gets to the window and lays it up and in. Little explosive drive there from the redshirt freshman. Underneath, Riley Kane finding it really tough. She battles through the defensive presence of Jessica Jones though, and is able to lay that ball home. 25-22 our score here has reached the midway mark of the second quarter. Drynan the entry, Jackson the body, the turnaround, couple of pirouetting moves there. Jackson looking like she's in dance class, can't get the finish. Keep it at 3 here. Breen can tie it right here as she falls to the ground. No foul called there though. Drynan, nice look down low to Hart, who couldn't squeeze it. Baps it though smartly. Oh, Tia Sang just got smashed in the face. How could they not call that? Tia got slapped right over the right eye. It's amazing she's even got the basketball. 6 seconds on the shot clock. They go to Jones, a little bit out of sync, and you can't blame Tia. I don't think she can see. Ooh, and they're gonna say it didn't get off in time. My golly, Tia Sang just got clobbered in the face. That's enough to get a shiner. I'm sure she's got some tear flows coming out of that one. You couldn't help but that. I hope she's okay. We heard that over here. So timeout on the floor, 4:16 remaining. Bruce Langford letting the officials know not happy with the miss on the call there. As the Clan dance team takes to the floor, we'll let you know about some of the people who helped bring Clan TV to the air, and it's our last basketball game of the season, our last broadcast. So heartfelt thanks to the SFU Spirit Shop with all of their SFU branded clothing and merchandise. They're proud to support Clan Athletics at the Burnaby campus, the Maggie Benson Center. Pick up your SFU Athletics swag today. It's in season, 12 months of the year. Charter Bus Lines, the official motor coach of SFU Athletics, proud to support Clan football and all Clan teams. Charter is dedicated to providing safe and comfortable transportation to games throughout the Pacific Northwest. Charterbuslines.com, the place to go for information. VarsityLetters.ca, a project near and dear to my heart. We call it the most trusted source for high school and university sports news in BC. Visit the website at VarsityLetters.ca. Plenty of clan content as well as all BC high school and university coverage. VarsityLetters.ca. We should let everybody know the GNAC Women's Basketball Championships will happen March the 1st to 3rd in Anchorage, Alaska at the Alaska Airlines Center, beginning with quarterfinal matches on the first day. The top 6 teams will be decided after the conclusion of the regular season on Saturday night. The Simon Fraser clan so desperately playing to punch their dance tickets here. With a victory tonight, they would have to wait until Saturday to find out, but it's not going to happen without a win tonight, so they are that desperate basketball team fighting for their postseason lives as we're back to main action. Montana State with the ball. Breen in traffic. And a great tough rebound there by Rachel Kohler. The ball going off the rim and a new shot clock now for Collins. A Dervish on the floor, back up top. Breen looks down low, finds Kohler. And the contact comes. Foul gets called against Kendall Sands, her first of the game. Real decisive play there, entering the ball into the post by the Yellow Jackets. Lexi Prevo's pass intended for Collins, knocked out of bounds there by Tia Sang, who is back in the game, is shrugged off the slap to the face and is right back out there. So Sands out, Swant after a short break back into the game. Sophie Swant, Claudia Hart, and Jessica Jones, along with Tia Sang and Taylor Dryden, the 5 clan players on the floor. Lofting inbounds pass for Breen. Alicia trying to save it, but it goes out of bounds, and it'll be Simon Fraser basketball. Montana State, as we've already mentioned, already into the GNAC postseason parade. The Yellow Jackets rewarded for their terrific season. Simon Fraser would love to join them. Swat with the basketball now. Shot clock is down to 10 for Dryden. Planned 3-point game really hasn't clicked. Claudia Hart takes a shot and maybe she can get it going. Hart knocks down the triple to make it 28-22, but the question here, Sophie Swant gets up favoring her left. She'll make that her right knee. And she's trying to walk it off as she crosses half court. Swant doesn't want to come out of the game. She won't even look at the bench. Take a look at this replay here as Hart launches the triple. So good on Claudia. Big free ball here for Simon Fraser. 3 minutes remaining in the half. Riley Kane combative as she drives to the basket. Battling through the physicality to score the basket there, 28-24. Dryden to Jones working off the Swan screen. Sophie comes back up to meet her. Swan playing the tough angle underneath. Hart is going to get clobbered underneath by Rachel Kohler. The 2 number 13s come together, but Claudia Hart inviting the contact down low in the low block. We'll get to the free throw line. Claudia Hart showing you some stuff here in this first half of play. Unsuccessful from the free throw line, but knocks down a triple, also a great drive to the basket. So Claudia Hart showing how that game is maturing, and it's going to be a reliable option here for Simon Fraser over the course of her career, no question. But a tough break there, missing both free throws. Clan would love to have those and would have had 30 points here in a low-scoring, tough-minded first half of play here from the West Gym. Taylor Jackson will check in for the stretch drive of this game. Alicia Breen, she gets wide open underneath the basket, and a blown coverage there from the Clan allows Breen the high percentage layup underneath. Hart would love to get it back. She turns around. And a tough break there. Simon Fraser giving up an uncontested basket underneath, come right back down the floor and get called for a foul to Claudia Hart. So she's going to check out. Taylor Jackson will check in.
It was 13, she just went to the bench.
Montana State players on the floor right now include Breen, number 20, Riley Kane, 25. Gracie Weeks, 43. Number 21 is Lexi Prevost. And, of course, Hannah Collins, number 2. They are the 5 Yellow Jackets on the basketball court right now for Montana State Billings. Green bumping with Swant as she drives into the paint, kicks. The jump shot is just off the mark there. Montana State Billings snake bitten from distance as Prevost unable to find the bottom of the rim. 1:52 remaining in this half. Dryden, nice entry down to Taylor, who steadies herself underneath, switches hands, and Taylor Jackson, a great job with the defender draped all over to score the basketball underneath. She's high percentage, and she's been efficient. 30-26 our score here for the Clan. Jessica Jones called for the foul on the baseline. Kendall Sands sprints up to the minor officials table. She will check into the basketball game. Look at Taylor adjusting underneath. Did score with the right hand, but battling through the defensive presence underneath. A great job there from Jackson. Prevost is going to make the first. What a first half it's been in terms of competitiveness. The other team getting on big runs here. It's been low scoring as Prevost makes the second. Sydney, Montana native makes it a 2-point game. Dryden, Taylor's 3-ball. Not going to make it. Breen with the rebound. Riley Kane down the court, the kick to Breen. Scoop off the window, draws the contact, and that one hurts. I believe that is Taylor Jackson. Indeed, Taylor coming in again, trying to draw the charge. And she is struggling as she gets to her feet. Take a look here. Got to the spot, but call goes against her. And let's hope Taylor's okay. She's holding the back of her head as she's helped off the court. Taylor Jackson twice trying to draw those charges and twice being called for fouls. Her second of the game sends Breen to the free throw line. And Breen with a chance here to, she had a chance to tie it with 2. She misses the first. So rattled the second home. So 1:14 left. It's a 1-point game here in the first half. Nice crowd on hand again for West Gym. There have been great crowds in the building all season long. If there's been anything impressive about Montana State Billings from a defensive perspective, it's been the way their guards have gone down low and really helped out in terms of creating a logjam for Simon Fraser. Just not able to get the kind of movement they want inside out. Here's Tia from 17. And really everything contested. You see Sophie going crashing to the ground. That's a bounce right off the body there of Riley Kane, a much smaller guard. Montana State Billings, what you want to call them, timber tough. They are a tough group here. Collins with the basketball, Dryden slips the screen and stays with her check. Tia Sang closing out on Kane, but Kane drives to the baseline, skips it up top. To Weeks, to Collins, right into the window, and what a great basket from Hannah Collins. She battles through the defensive presence and gets to the rim with the N1 opportunity. And the Clan have led basically the entire half. But look what's happening here. The Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets have pulled ahead with a 1-point lead. Collins can make it a 2-point lead. She does not. Fraser, though, still with a chance to take the lead into the half. They're trailing by 1 in the final 30 seconds of play. Kane steps up to guard Dryden. There is a 5-second difference between the clocks here. Clan shot clock now down to 8. Sands the skip to Sophie. Swant goes cross court. 3-pointer from Tia Sang, knocks it down! Tia with a huge shot. And a steal underneath. Oh, a great opportunity there for Kendall Sands, who couldn't score it. Wishes she could have. But 33-31 is our score here at the half. What a job by the Simon Fraser clan, a three-pointer, 11th hour variety. And we're going to bring in the redshirt freshman Claudia Hart. Claudia, how are you? Talk about the game and the desperate measures you guys have to take to make sure you get a win today.
Well, I think this is a do-or-die game. We're on our home court. It's our last regular season game here, so we're just putting everything we have out there for these last 20 minutes. It's going to be super duper important.
Talk about the 8-person rotation on this team and where you guys are in terms of fatigue. Do you feel any of that tonight?
Honestly, we're just thriving off each other's energy right now. We're on our home court, and we've been dealing with this all year, so it's not really much new to us here, yeah.
And just last question, just talk about what's needed in the second half in terms of just keeping your focus and your composure.
I think we just got to work together.
Yeah.
We got to talk it up a bit more on D, and it can lead to a lot of transition points for us, I think.
All right, well, go get them. They're all following you. Thank you. Claudia Hart joining us from the Simon Fraser clan, the redshirt freshman out of North Vancouver's Seacove Secondary. We thank her for her comments. 33-31 Simon Fraser as we look at that Tia Sang triple, a big one for Simon Fraser at the half. We'll be back with more from the West Gym in just a moment.
For me, one word to describe competing for SFU is tradition. Because year after year, players old and new step onto the court with a unified goal to strive to be the best. It is the belief that maintaining a winning tradition is a competitive battle worth fighting for. I am Sophie Swant, and I am proud to be on Canada's NCAA women's basketball team.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
I'm Victoria Saunders. I'm Aaliyah Stahosky. And I'm Kat Murnahan, and today we're showing basketball players how to play softball. Let's go. First, we'll get them to try and catch some fly balls.
Let's go. Grind now, shine later. Here we go.
Uh-oh. Thanks.
Keep your feet moving, girl.
Thanks, coach.
Oh. Well, that wasn't fair.
Michael!
Hey!
On backpedal though. Nice. That was a big throw.
Jumps.
Big throw.
This is the peak of my athletic performance right now. I don't have too many of those left.
Yeah, tough one.
Oh, dive.
Oh! You want a fence line run?
Yeah. There goes his ACL. Oh! When you catch it, dab.
No.
Hey! Oh, that's a dinger, bud.
That's how it's done. Oh, no!
There you go.
That's for you.
What you got? Oh. That was easy. Easy money! Let's go!
Well, they did an amazing job catching fly balls, but we'll see how they do taking ground ball reps.
Yep, good old day in the ballpark.
Are you ready?
Absolutely. Are you kidding me right now?
Oh! Stick with it!
Good recovery.
This ball belongs to Michael.
Nice throw, bud.
Is there a way for this to hurt my shoulder less? Because I feel ligaments tearing right now.
Oh! Look at that jump.
Ooh!
Woo! Oh!
See what you got, Claudia?
Yes! No! Sorry!
Oh!
No! I'm really bad at this.
You got that. Easy.
Oh!
Oh! Clean grab, girl. And she out.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard. It's the bog, guys, I'm telling you. Oh, that's an error. Woo! There you go, bud.
You are out. Oh my God, is that Derek Jeter?
Dang it!
Nice! Now that they've worked on their defense, we're going to put them up against me and see if they can hit my fastball.
Yeah. Easy money.
Here we go. Showtime.
I'm actually scared right now. No, you're fine.
Just tell my mom I love her. And we signed waivers before this, right?
No, I didn't like it.
Dingers all day, every day. Oh! That's okay, girl. You just gotta open your eyes when you swing.
Thank you!
Lord, baby Jesus.
Oh, so far I've swung at every one, haven't I?
You got nice! Here, get some contact on it, buddy.
Oh, dirty!
Put that on dingers daily.
Oh!
You gotta do that to me like that. Disrespectful. Foul.
That was exhilarating.
All right, Oz, here we go, bud.
Oh, that's gone. Give me that. Oh, yeah. Batter, swing. Hitter, batter, let's Contact, let's go!
Dinger off you, no problem. Bounce back to the next one, okay?
Well, thank you, softball girls, for having us at BD Field. We had a lot of fun.
Definitely having an appreciation for how hard it is, and we'll see you next time. For me, one word to describe competing for SFU is opportunity, because I can continue to pursue my Olympic dream as a swimmer while receiving a top quality Canadian education. I know that whichever path I take after graduation, I am well prepared for it. I am Adrian Vanderhelm, and I am proud to be on Canada's NCAA swim team.
I've been playing basketball for, I'd say, around 8-9 years. My dad played when he was in high school, and every morning from grade 8 to 12, I want to say, he would be rebounding for me every single morning. I would walk into his room and say, "Dad, we got to go to the gym." And we would head up to the gym and just shoot and have a great time together. That's how I kind of discovered the game, and then I ended up falling in love with it.
That is the beginning of the relationship between Nicole Vanderhelm and the game of basketball. Over the years, she has dedicated a lot of time and effort into her craft, and as a result, she developed a diverse set of skills that make her special on the court.
My biggest strength is versatility, so I can play inside and out. I can bring up the ball if needed, I can post up, and definitely I'm a very aggressive player, so I bring that hustle, kind of blue-collared athlete, and as Bruce would say, a little bit of vinegar to the mix, meaning a little bit of, not so much attitude, but just aggressiveness and get after it mentality.
A native of Surrey, Nicole returned home to BC to join the Clan women's basketball program after spending 2 years at Division I Santa Clara University. She has had 3 different coaches since graduating from Holy Cross Regional High School, and that hasn't been easy for the redshirt sophomore.
Having 3 different coaches was definitely a challenge, but one thing I've discovered through it all is you need to do what makes you happy, and I know that sounds cliche, but just finding that coach that allows you to be yourself and truly wants you to become a better person on and off the court is very important. And just being able to play and see my parents in the stands, that's very rewarding.
Although she is new to the program, Nicole had played with several Clan players in the past. And as someone who has more experience, she understands what it takes for a young team to achieve success in a competitive conference and region.
I've played with just Taylor at one point and Sophie, so it was nice to be able to come to a team where I was a little bit familiar with them, and since we are so young, I feel like the way that we're going to win games sometimes is being aggressive and the hustle plays. So I feel like doing the intangibles will help the team succeed. A lot of girls are playing minutes that they didn't think that they would, which is great. It helps their confidence. It helps the team really come together. We're not the most experienced team out there, but we work very, very hard, and I think that the team chemistry will come.
For Nicole, results certainly matter, but what is even more important is that she is enjoying herself and having fun in the process.
For me, I'd say the most exciting thing about basketball is just like going to war with your teammates. I'm a very competitive player, and obviously you can't really possess that in all areas of life. So being able to just go on the court and be that aggressive, hardworking player and just going to war with your teammates, doing it for your coach, that's probably the funnest part of the game for me.
One word to describe competing for SFU is tradition.
My word is success.
Determination.
Experience.
Inspiring.
One word to describe competing for SFU is excellence.
It is family.
Passion.
My word is pride.
Opportunity.
My word is patriotic.
I am Sophie Swan.
I am Adam Jones.
I am Peyton Smith.
I am Justin Guerin.
I am Victoria Saunders.
I am Braden Charlton.
I am Michaela Guerrero.
I am Graham Miller.
I am Christine Howlett.
I am Adrian Vanderhelm.
I am Michelle Waters, and we are proud to be on Canada's NCAA team.
And right back here at the West Gym, Howard Smurr with the Clan TV. Happy to be joined by Clan assistant coach Jessica Wallace. And coach, what's big for the second half? What did you guys talk about at the break?
Well, we really talked about rebounding and their second chances. I think if we come into the second half and do a little bit better job of getting on the boards, I think it'll be better for us.
This game obviously is one of those ones where the playoffs have already started for you guys, just in terms of really needing a win. What's key in the second half, just in terms of the whole process of mental focus and just not relenting here in the second half?
Yeah, I think if we just focus on doing what we do and doing our plan, moving the ball, taking our shots, worrying about us and what we can control, I think that's going to be a big piece of the mental game in the second half.
Last question, we had Claudia Hart as our guest right as the half ended, and I was impressed with the way she scored the basketball, hit a three, had a nice drive to the basket. What has her process been like this year as a redshirt freshman in terms of her player development?
You know, she's been growing every single day, and she's a very, very coachable kid, and it's really great to see some of the things that she's been doing well in practice transfer over into the game, so it's been great to see.
Well, all the best, everyone pulling for you in the Clan Nation here to pull out a victory tonight and stay in this race.
Thank you.
All right, Jessica Wallace, the Clan assistant coach. And no secrets, they got to come out and play their best half of the season if they want to keep that postseason pulse alive here. Simon Fraser needing the victory to stay in that frantic chase for that sixth and final playoff position here in the GNAC. Of course, we mentioned a Clan victory here tonight as well. The potential exists with Western Washington and Concordia also winning on Saturday when the Clan has already finished their season, for three teams to be tied at 9 and 11 for that final playoff spot in the GNAC. Let's look at some numbers here on the board. Montana State Billings shooting 43% the Clan, 40% in a tightly contested first half of play. Montana State Billings struggling from the arc at 1 for 10 to Clan, shot 33%, hit 5 of 15 triples. Simon Fraser, though, only got 2 trips to the free throw line, and when that's happened to them, they struggled. They really got to do that, and you heard Jessica Wallace, the assistant coach, talk about the rebounding. 24-15, the edge there for Montana State Billings, the second chance points big, but the Clan did lead in one significant category, and that was points off of turnovers, and I believe that was a 7-0 advantage in that opening half of play. So as we get set to begin the second half of play, the two teams now coming back out onto the floor. Athletics.sfu.ca/live, the place, of course, where you're watching this game. And it is the place for all Clan TV sports. And after today, of course, women's softball will continue with their season. And that address is exactly where you'll find head coach Mike Rennie's team as they play throughout the spring. We're now underway here in the second half. Riley Kane with the basketball. Green back to Kane. That drive is cut off. She tries to skip it inside. Stolen away by Taylor Drynan. So Drynan keeps the Clan edge in thefts alive here. Right to Sophie Swan. Breen is going to foul her. And Alicia Breen caught in a tough position there. So her first of the game sends Sophie to the free throw line. Swant wanting to expand on this 2-point Clan lead at the half. Clan starters now back all back on the floor. And ditto for Montana State Billings with Stavish, Breen, Prevost, Cunningham, and Kane. Jump shot there from Swan, or the free throw from Swan goes. 35-31. We're half a minute in here. Breen and Swan, the two featured players here in this game, guarding each other, but this time all alone underneath is Lexi Prevost, and she will lay the ball up on him to make it a 35-33 game. Must-win game for Simon Fraser as they play the 20th of 20 GNAC regular season games. Taylor measures and knocks it down from about 16 feet in front of Vanessa Stavish. So the Clan now with a 4-point lead. These opening minutes of the second half, critical in terms of momentum here with the final 20 minutes of play. Montana State Billings knows that as well as Simon Fraser. Here's Kane playing off the screen inside. Creates that little cushion she needs, and that's a veteran player. Riley Kane, the senior out of Red Lodge, Montana, knows how to go down low in the block and create her own shot. Here's Jones. Jackson looked to Swan instead to Drynan on the baseline. Swan's gonna rattle it home. The dime to Teddy there, number 5. She dishes the assist, 40-35. Drynan gives it up and they knock down the triple. This time though underneath, and Sophie doing just enough underneath to disrupt Alicia Breen. Drynan now right back down the floor. Drynan to Swan. Drynan tries to skip the ball past Riley Kane. Kicked out of bounds and it'll go to Swan. 19 on the shot clock. Quickly the inbounds play goes to Jessica Jones. Drynan with a feed to Taylor. The turnaround shot. Oh, Taylor had it. Just lacked a little backspin there off the back iron to fall for her, so keep it at 40-35. Jump shot there for 3 from Stavish doesn't go, and 2 Montana State Billings players can collide. Clan numbers, but they kick back to Jones, just off the mark, can't get the roll. Big rebound underneath by Taylor. She will turn around and put it home. Taylor Jackson with a big basket there. A 7-point Clan lead is their largest of the game. Their largest lead was 6 in the first half. They're now leading by 7. A nice start by Simon Fraser. And Taylor Jackson steadies herself underneath the basket and did a great job there on the turnaround move. Jackson coming into the game averaging 12 points a game. Second leading scorer on the team. Take a look on our replay as Taylor plays the carom. Breen is coming in. Taylor able to get to the high point there, and this is the most impressive part. Clearly the turnaround and the nice feel She has that backspin on the basketball as she lays it home. So Taylor Jackson doing a great job there. Jackson with 8 points in the game now, shooting 4 of 6 from the field. And a timeout called there by Kevin Wooden, the 14-year head coach. Jenny Herringer and Tiana Hansen, their assistants. So Simon Fraser, as we said, pushing this lead out to 7 points. It's been that tight of a basketball game. Montana State Billings has led by 1. Simon Fraser has led now by 7. An 8-point gap is all there has been across the board here. Hotly contested. And, you know, obviously Montana State Billings with a ton of kick left in them. Here's Kane. Top to Stavish. They'll go to number 22, Cunningham, and that was a nice drive, that ball shot. Take back up top to Riley Kane for 3 off the front of the iron, and that 3-point percentage not where the Jackets want it. 1 for 10 in the opening half, and a miss there from Riley Kane. Jones, a quick entry to Jackson. 3-point shot by Sophie, and Swan steps back, takes a full step back behind that line. So cognizant of where she is on the floor, and so much strength in that shot. A drive to the basket though, and they're going to give up the end one on the other side of the floor. Jackson's going to get called for the foul, and Riley Kane, as competitive as they come, will have a chance at the end one opportunity here. So Jackson is going to pick up the foul. It's her 3rd of the game, and Taylor will come out. Claudia Hart checking in. Jessica Jones also checking out, and Kendall Sands, number 15, comes in for her. So Kane, the game's leading scorer, had 11 points at the half. A miss on the end one, the rebound by Sands. Lemelin guarding her closely up the floor. Wyman sees the double team briefly, now to Swan. Sophie puts her head down, gets right to the window. Oh, and can't get the roll. Ripped down there by Kohler. And Collins quickly down the floor. What a great take that was for Swan. Couldn't get the finish. The give underneath. What a great move. And Kohler is so strong down low. She's only 5'8", but she can seal you very well, and you saw it there. No lack of hesitation there. She turns around and lays the ball up and in. Hart pivoting back up to Sands. They'll move it around the horn to Sang. Tia to Claudia Hart back up top to Tryman. Wanted the 3, but Breen is right there in her face. Knocks it away into the hands of Sang, bullying her way on the baseline. Strength from Tia, but she's going to turn it over to Collins. Here's Breen coming down the floor, pulling up from the elbow, draws the contact, and a veteran play by Alicia Breen. She sensed the defensive player and immediately went into her shooting motion. Kendall Sands will get called for the foul, her 2nd of the game. Alicia Breen, senior, Lexi Prevost, senior, Riley Kane, senior, and really such an experienced team. Simon Fraser so young here, and the experienced Montana State Billings players out there in that starting group. And let's not forget about the juniors as well. Simon Fraser has 2 juniors, and everybody else either freshmen or sophomores. No seniors on this team as they make them both and pull to within 4. Here's Hart. Spin move. Claudia. Oh, thought she could hold that pivot. Just losing it there. Tough break for Claudia Hart. Five minutes left in this 3rd quarter. Just past the midway mark now, the 3rd quarter. There's Kohler with the basketball to Breen. Breen to Kane, and Riley finds a seam. Gets right underneath the basket, lays it up and in. And if you heard the head coach Bruce Langford, the Clan call for a travel there, he's right by our broadcast location, but no call. Montana State Billings to within 2. Clan have pushed it out to as much as 7 here. Nice move underneath. And Teddy Drynan feeding Claudia Hart underneath. And you see the confidence growing in Claudia Hart. Jessica Wallace talked about how coachable she is, and she is going to be such a versatile force here for Simon Fraser. Able to face the basket, but guard down low as well, and she muscles her way down there. There's Swant with a tip. Another tip by Sang, and it's rescued by Hart. And eventually the Drynan underneath the Swant, and she is clobbered on the baseline there. An immediate timeout, but we will keep it here. And that foul, I believe, is going to get called against Rachel Kohler. It got so physical. Sophie comes up for the second time, and she's limping for the second time as they head to this timeout. But the Clan with a 47-43 lead, and I believe we'll be shooting free throws after this timeout. But interesting to note that on that last sequence, Simon Fraser got fingertips on two basketballs. In the battle to keep possession, it was key. It results in possession and a trip down the floor to draw the foul. So all the little things that will add up for you, important here in the Clan, showing just that over that last sequence. SFU's athletic dance team on the floor right now. I think we're going to check in down in Portland and do a cut into Concordia University. Simon Fraser playing the winless Cavaliers, trailing 31-28 early in the second half of play. A Clan victory would be their 5th of the season if they can pull this one out. And we'll just stay with it a while here as the Clan, a spinning move, missing the layup opportunity there. Simon Fraser would dearly love to get the victory out of the playoff race, but so huge for head coach Steve Hansen's building process. This Simon Fraser team, and we get a look at them playing the Concordia Cavaliers. Portland's Cavs also in a rebuilding process. And that's Provenzano with the basketball now as we get set to return to live action here in Burnaby. We thank producer Gabe Lynn for that cut-in the Rose City. Back on top of Burnaby Mountain, though, it's Jessica Jones and her 3-ball. Bingo! Jessica Jones knocks down the big 3. Coming out of the timeout, restoring the 7-point lead for Simon Fraser. And that's a big one. He's playoff-hungry Clan. Green now with the basketball, would love to match it. Ooh, and there's a... Simon Fraser can't catch a break in terms of that. Claudia Hart getting called for her second foul, the first team foul of the quarter here. Or check that, the third team foul. Underneath they go to Breen. Swant is there. And a great job defensively there by Sophie. They'll knock it out of bounds. It'll be 24 on the shot clock though for Montana State Billings as Kane will inbound it to Collins. .326 left. Now they go to Kohler and await Kane's arrival at the top. Kane trying to get by her check into the paint. Kicks it back on top. Breen's 3-ball. She knocks it down. I believe that's only the second 3 of this game for Montana State Billings. They've been challenged from distance, but a big one there when they need it by one of their leaders, Alicia Breen. Here's Sophie, the drive. And Kendall Sands is going to get blocked there very effectively by the Jackets' Lemelin, number 14, Jeananne Lemelin. Entry to Kohler, so powerful down low, can't score though against Hart. And a battle for the ball as Jessica Jones goes crashing to the court. Kane will reset, trying to work off the Breen screen high, back to Alicia. She drives a skip to Kane on the baseline, and she lays it in. What a great play for Montana State Billings. They lay the ball up and into the half court. Precision cut on the baseline there for the lay-in. Hart, 3-ball, doesn't draw iron. Had a clean look at it. The surprise attack does not work for the Clan there. Simon Fraser with a 50-28 lead, 2:18 left in the third quarter. And this is going to be the norm. This is what we've seen all game long. It's going to go right down to the wire. Simon Fraser wants to stay in that playoff race. They will indeed find a way to win it. If not, they will fall by the wayside here in the postseason. Taylor Jackson will check in at the next stoppage for Simon Fraser as well. It'll be Stavish checking in for Montana State Billings. There's Breen bodying up with Sophie Swant underneath. Foul will be called against Taylor Drynan. So Drynan with her second of the game. Tia Sang also will check in for Simon Fraser. Free throw good by Janan Lemelin, the 5'6" sophomore from Billings Senior. Jones and Sands out. Jackson and Sang in, so 12 and 1. Joining Drynan Swant and Claudia Hart. Lemelin's second free throw, good. And this game is all tied up at 50 with 1:54 left. Quick change there as Jones comes right back up to the scorer's table for Simon Fraser. Sophie to Claudia on the top, Hart finding Drynan. Kane Oliver working off the Jackson screen. Swan, drive kick. Taylor into the paint, jump stop. Oh, an empty wing, it goes right into the Clan bench. But off of a Montana State player. So Simon Fraser's gonna keep the basketball. Jessica Jones checks in, Claudia Hart checks out. Shooting prowess on the floor right now for Simon Fraser. This has been a different kind of a basketball game. Taylor trying to score it. Drynan for three at the shot clock buzzer, and it's not going to go. Great job defensively by the Jackets. And a chance for them to take a lead here. Montana State Billings is led by 1. This game all tied up with 1:20 left in the third quarter. Hannah Collins. Finding Breen now to Kane. She just weaves her way through traffic. And that 2-point lead, the largest of the game thus far for Montana State Billings. Riley Kane is some kind of a player. Jones for three. Holds that follow through, can't get it to go. Jackson fighting for the rebound. Great job by Taylor because they are going to get called. The Jackets are for a foul. The hook called against Stavish, I believe. Yeah, Stavish getting called. It's her second of the game, second team foul for Montana State. There's not a lot of fouls called in this game. Inbounding to Swant. Kick it back, Jones for three. Jess measures it and knocks it down! The big triple for number 33. And Simon Fraser back to a 1-point lead with 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Jessica Jones, beautiful form there as she knocks down the big triple. Stop, starts, hesitation, and this time unlucky. The basketball gods not giving Riley Kane a break, but you love that hesitation dribble from a pure standpoint as she gets to the rim every time. Montana State Billings already in the playoffs, but would love the momentum, of course, the best positioning possible, whatever they can do. And they want to leave Burnaby Mountain with a victory here tonight. Down to 8 seconds left here in the third quarter. Jackson will turn around from 16, well off the mark. Stavish with the rebound, and the last second shot down the court by Breen is not going to go. 53 Simon Fraser, 52 Montana State Billings. Strap yourselves in for the fourth quarter. Back with more from the West Gym in just a moment.
For me, one word to describe competing for SFU is opportunity, because I can continue to pursue my Olympic dream as a swimmer while receiving a top quality Canadian education. I know that whichever path I take after graduation, I am well prepared for it. I am Adrian Vanderhelm, and I am proud to be on Canada's NCAA swim team.
back with you at the West Gym. Howard Samura, Clan TV, our final Clan basketball broadcast of the season. Clan TV hopes you've enjoyed the indoor season here. Simon Fraser women in the battle here, leading by 1 as we start the fourth quarter. They've got the basketball. Jones. Her drive and kick to Tia for 3. Sang wants the 3-ball, rattles Taylor Jackson, tips it. Oh, that's a tough foul. So Taylor Jackson has just picked up her 4th foul of the game. 9:40 left and Claudia Hart sprints off the bench for Taylor. So Jackson in the jeopardy here early in the fourth quarter, certainly not what we wanted. She contested that ball. Tough break there for Taylor. And the Clan will have to do without her. She's been shooting such a high percentage in the paint over the last few weeks here. Just doing a terrific job. There's Kane again. So dangerous with that handle this time. She is met by guess who? What a job physically. As Sophie Swan said, enough of that. We're not going to have Riley Kane dribbling through the entire team, which is what she's been basically doing. And Swan came in there to lay down the law, so to speak. The turnover, a big one for the Clan here. Jones now with the basketball. 10 on the shot clock, 9 minutes left in this basketball game. Jessica, the drive, squares up and measures it, just can't get it to fall. Great look at the basket by Jessica Jones. Kane now with the basketball again to Breen. She's gonna hoist the 3-ball, this time off the mark. A tip drill underneath is gonna be corralled by Montana State Billings, and Vanessa Stavish doing a good job there to keep her team in possession. She's got the basketball now, cross-court pass to Kane. Kane the drive and the kick, a wide open 3, and it's not gonna rattle home for Lemelin. Drynan finding Hart, tough move, turn around out the window, Claudia Hart. Drynan throws the home run pass down the court, but great body control from Claudia Hart to convert underneath. Breen does a number on Swan underneath. And Breen's gonna get called for the foul. Sophie Swan once again in her junior year going the full 15 rounds here underneath the basket. And that Breen-Swan matchup is one of the best low post matchups you're going to find in the conference. And you just saw one finally go the way of the Clan. It's been going MSUB's way throughout the evening. Here's Swan, little hesitation, drive. Breen still dogging her, and the ball knocked away by Alicia. And she'll claim the W here on this defensive series and get her team back down the court with Kane. 7:47 left in this game. A 1-possession lead for the Clan. And the postseason hanging in the balance. Collins will drive. Hannah, quick move, plays the angle high off the window. And those are the ones you don't want to give up. She went through the entire defense, dribbled, and put it in off the window. And the Clan quickly summoning Kendall Sands, the freshman, to the minor officials table to sub in. Here's Drynan. Back to Swan. Sophie's drive. Back to Tia Sang. Wants the 3 instead. Tia powering her way in. And Tia Sang showing the versatility on offense and using the power in her dribble drive game to score the basketball there and make it 57-54. There's an entry down low to Breen, and she's going to get the N1 opportunity down low. 57-56 with a chance to tie this basketball game. So back and forth we go, back and forth we go. Alicia Breen, and one of the GNAC's best, and what a career she's had. We mentioned the experience factor on this Montana State Billings team. Starting 3 seniors and 2 juniors, I believe it is. Here's Jones. Comes up to Swan. Sang, who just muscled her way to the hoop this time, cross-court. Jones catch and shoot, and she knocks it down! Jessica Jones doesn't even graze iron. She puts the Clan back in front, 60-57, with a beautiful 3-ball. And look at what goes through Kane and Breen. And they're the heart and soul of the Yellow Jackets. They come right back down the floor. You hit a 3 against Breen and Kane, and they will come back and try to make you pay. The Clan doing a good job there. This time, Claudia Hart, the payoff from her aggressive play today, especially when she puts it on the deck, has been huge. And the foul getting called against number 13, I believe it's Rachel Kohler. Take a look at the Clan TV replay here as Jones. That is a thing of beauty, that 3-point shot. And you explain to young kids learning to shoot whatever range of jump shots they're shooting that you want them to get arc on the basketball. You don't want a low flat shot, you want great backspin, and you want to enter. The law of physics say if you can go high, you're gonna have a better chance of scoring the basketball. Jessica Jones's shots could be certainly the demonstration video for that theory, as she just has such a beautiful release on that shot. And watch Claudia Hart here battling underneath as well. Kohler looking at the official's surprise, but clearly the aggressor on the play, Claudia Hart, doing a good job there. Certainly I've enjoyed watching Rachel Kohler play. The senior out of Billings, Montana, and the transfer out of Cal Poly has been a terrific presence and so hard to defend down low. When she gains low post position, look out. She can be awfully dangerous, and she's done that throughout the evening. Clan dance team on the floor right now as the Yellow Jackets come back on the floor. The Clan ladies will strike a pose and head off the court here as we get down on the stretch drive of this basketball game. 6:18 remaining. And the Clan with a 1-possession lead, their season in the balance. And Claudia Hart at the free throw line. The Simon Fraser Clan team so proudly BC. Look at what they have on the floor right now. Claudia Hart of Asiko in North Vancouver, Tia Sang out of McRoberts in Richmond, Jessica Jones out of McMath in Richmond, Kendall Sands out of Charles Best in Coquitlam, and Sophie Swan out of North Vancouver's Argyle secondary. The miss on the second. And the Yellow Jackets coming back. Riley Kane, oh, jumping the lane there, no. Or a clutch play there by Kohler to get it back. They are hungry for that basketball. Tia, what a job. And Tia was trying to call a timeout, but they're going to call a jump ball. And the possession arrow, I believe, will favor the Clan. No, it will be Montana State basketball. Billings basketball. 5:59 left in the contest. Collins, Prevost, reversal, Breen for 3, and off the mark there. Big rebound by Sophie, and the quick outlet down the floor. Here comes Jessica Jones. Sophie thought about a big cut there, instead pivoting, leaving Kohler behind as she goes to the window. Can't get the finish, but the whistle blows. And a tough break there for Kohler. She's going to get called for the foul, her 4th of the game with 5:37 remaining. There's a lot more depth, though, on this Montana State Billings team than there is on this 8-person Clan team, with Nicole Vanderhelm, the redshirt sophomore, unable to play because of a hand injury. So Simon Fraser really down to 7 players. Montana State Billings with the full complement. Kohler will take a seat. In will come a couple of Jackets. It'll be Stavish, I believe, and Taylor Cunningham. 2 starters coming back into this lineup for the Yellow Jackets. Sophie, good from the free throw line. So a 5-point lead for Simon Fraser. Simon Fraser is led by 6, 7, and now 5. What a handle Riley Kane has. And the incredible consistency to get into the paint and play those shots off the glass. Kane has done it all night. The N1 opportunities just keep racking up. Jessica Jones getting called for the foul, her 4th of the game. That is one of the most unguardable players in the GNAC. Riley Kane has such confidence in that handle, and watch the hesitation in her game. It's what gets her to the free throw line. That's the kind of player who just has that dribble like a yo-yo, almost like the Sandman there. She could lull you to sleep and then drive by you. The consistency with which she can get to the window is incredible. Here's Jones, a great take. And Jessica Jones showing you something with her floor game, just like Claudia Hart has today. So great to see for Jessica Jones, of course, the redshirt freshman. Simon Fraser right now with a junior in Swant, sophomores in Sang and Drynan, and freshmen in Sands and Jones. A very, very young group, as they are in almost any permutation. Jessica Jones doing her job there. As we approach the midway mark of this 4th quarter, it's a 4-point Clan lead. It's all about the full 40 here tonight for both of these teams. You heard Claudia Hart and assistant coach Jessica Wallace talking about that second half focus. Here's Kane. Game full of fakes and pivots. She goes to Collins. Collins driving baseline is going to lose control, and a foul against the Clan. I thought Collins had dribbled out of bounds. Instead, it's a Simon Fraser foul. Claudia Hart getting called for her 3rd. That's Kane inbounding the basketball. The Collins underneath the basket. Physicality comes. And the whistle blows again. And this time it's going to be Taylor Drynan, I believe, getting called for the foul, her 3rd of the game. So Billings will shoot free throws here. Take a look at the replay here as the players converge. And Riley Kane, 11 of 16 from the field, has scored a career high 25 points. And certainly it looks like that. What a game she's played. Number 25 has been a stalwart. 25 points, a new career high for Riley Kane. 11 of 16 from the field, and nothing cheap about the 11 of 16. She has penetrated to the paint to get all those points. And there's Jessica Jones with a great cut. The 2 freshmen combining, I believe. The skip pass came from Claudia Hart. Here's Breen. She goes to the ground for effect. Thought maybe the 4-point play was there, but she hits a big triple. Alicia Breen, what a job she's done. Sang now with the basketball down to 4-16. Drynan for 3. Oh, off the back iron, through the hands of Collins. But to the Jackets, Riley Kane now. She will turn it on and do that wide swath off the window. 27 points now for Riley Kane. She's 12 of 17 from the field. Taylor Jackson with the 4 fouls. Will check in soon for Simon Fraser. Sophie the drive, the kick back out to Drynan. 1-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Sang for 3. Tia's big shot is going to rattle home. Tia Sang with a big triple. 3:45 remaining. Sang knocks down the triple, a 2-point Clan lead. How do you slow Riley Kane if you're Simon Fraser? How do you slow that crossover and that ability to confound the defense every time she touches the basketball? That is what you would call a clinic right now. What a job she's done. Kendall Sands will also check in with Taylor Jackson at the next stoppage. So 69 to 50 to 67, check that, as Riley Kane steps up. She knocks down the first. Claudia Hart and Tia Sang will check out. Jackson and Sands, who you mentioned, check into the game. They'll join Swant, Jones, and Taylor Drynan. Kane, as you see, willing to put her body on the line underneath the basket. Here's Jones now. Sophie with the basketball. Swan driving. Back up top to Dryman. Shot clock now at 10 for the Clan underneath to Jackson. Taylor turns around, draws the contact underneath. And the foul will be called against Lemelin. And Lemelin's third of the game, so Taylor coming off the bench gets right to the stripe with 3:10 remaining. She's a 77% free throw shooter. Taylor showing you why right there. This game nip and tuck right down to the wire. Montana State Billings has counterpunched this entire game. No lead larger than 7 in this basketball game. Taylor makes them both. And we're down to the final 3:10 remaining. It's a 2-point Clan lead. And here comes Riley Kane, a pure freshman guarding her, a senior and a pure freshman guarding her, and Kendall Sands to skip down low, fading and knocking down the shot there, and it's going to be Alicia Breen. It's a big shot there to tie this game at 71. Sands back up top to Jones. Jessica wants to enter and does to Taylor here. Jackson one-on-one. Ooh, that is a physical match, and she's going to get the N1 opportunity. Taylor loving it. In the paint, and the foul getting called against Stavish. Taylor plays through the contact. She had very little room to move. As she goes through her series of fakes and pivots in the paint, she literally just had to bull her way through that last move, and it found favor. Ooh, and this time Taylor too strong, but a 2-point lead remains for Simon Fraser. Sometimes that physicality can take its toll at the stripe. Kohler back into this game. The kick, the 3-ball, high arcing shot is not going to go into the hands of Jones. The miss there from Cunningham. And Jones will lead her team back down the floor. Jessica. Little handoff play to Drynan, working off a screen. 30-second timeout called by Simon Fraser. 2:07 remaining. We'll keep it right here. And so many big plays being made by both of these teams. They keep answering the call at both ends of the floor. It's going to be fun to watch the absolute stretch drive, the final 2:07 here from the West Gym. Take a look there at Jessica Jones as she gets the entry to Taylor Jackson. Stepping in to guard her, Vanessa Stavish, the 6-foot junior. So Taylor takes a couple of bounces here. Cannot shake Stavish and knows that she's going to have to fight through this physicality. And there's no room to maneuver here. This takes all of the artistic ability out of it. But Taylor able to get that finish. And Stavish beside herself. That is a tough one to give up. Just glued to her, takes the foul, and Taylor was able to step up, unable to hit the free throw, and that's where we stand right now. 73-71, 2:07 remaining. And this is going to be Sophie Swan right in front of our broadcast location. The inbound quickly, he's going to get it back. Sophie to give to Taylor Jackson. Taylor looking for a receiver, can't find one. Instead he'll go to the point guard, Drynan. Taylor with 9 on the shot clock, probes the baseline, finds the feed. This time, again, oh, and she can't get the finish. Taylor Jackson with Kohler guarding her down low. So MSUB with a chance to tie here as they go to the window. Great rebound. Breen can't get the finish into the hands of Jackson. Outlet quickly. Taylor Drynan down the floor to Sang. Is Tia going to pull up for 3? No, instead, Jones head fake. Jones is going to drive and kick. Oh, and she's going to get called for the travel. Tough break there for Jessica Jones. As she cut through the paint, gets called for the travel on the turnover. 93 seconds left. Simon Fraser, and it's playoff hopes hinging on a 2-point lead with 90 seconds left. Here's a drive inside. Oh, and she's going to get the roll to tie the game, and Kohler able to knot things at 73. Montana State Billings has its playoff position, but will not go easily into the night here. They continue to battle. Swat with the basketball. Sophie. Kick back up top to Jones. Jessica, 13 on the shot clock. Swap now the entry to Jackson on the low block. Taylor turnaround, gets it to go off the window. Kohler guarding her, but Taylor Jackson's turnaround shot with 56.9 seconds left has given the Clan a 2-point lead. So a great job there, Taylor keeping cool under pressure. Fraser loving that one-on-one matchup. The Grace under pressure there. 58.3 left. Taylor with a big basket there to make it 75-73. Simon Fraser. Riley Kane, 29 points in this basketball game. What a game she's had. She weaves again. Oh, and this time unlucky for her not to score the basket. Would have broken 30 points there. Already a career high. And look at that, diving on the floor. Lexi Prevost and Tia Sang colliding. A 30-second timeout, I believe, called by head coach Kevin Wooden and the Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets. Montana State Billings basketball, the Clan huddling up too. What a basketball game it's been. If you've been with us, it's had the wire-to-wire feel right from the opening tip. Clan right now with a 2-point lead. Jackson out to guard the inbounds pass from Kohler. Prevost give to Kane. Sang guarding her. Riley Kane, so dangerous. Here she goes again, driving, lowers a shoulder into Sang, kicks it out. Oh, and the 3-ball by Breen doesn't go, and it's going to be Simon Fraser basketball. So that's a big one for the Clan there. Well, I stand corrected. It's a foul against Taylor Jackson. So Jackson will foul out of this game with 27 seconds left, and Kohler will head to the free throw line. Tough break there for Taylor Jackson. Claudia Hart in to spell her. The final 27 seconds, and Kohler at the free throw line. She makes the first. And it's a 1-point game with 27 seconds left. Here's Kohler for number 2. Oh, and Kohler misses it with 26 seconds left. But a turnover, and Montana State now with the basketball. Shot clock turned off, down to 19 seconds left, and a timeout called by the Yellow Jackets. So Montana State will come out of the timeout with the basketball and a 1-point deficit here against the Clan. Simon Fraser 18 seconds away from keeping their postseason hopes alive. Simon Fraser would go to 9-11 for the regular season with a victory here, or fall to 8-12 with a loss. 9-11 certainly the option they are battling tooth and nail here for down the stretch drive. 18 seconds remaining. Howard Samura with you. Clan TV, our final basketball broadcast of the season. Hope you have enjoyed it to this point. Wherever you may happen to be watching, Simon Fraser, the NCAA's only non-US team, coming to you live from Burnaby Mountain in British Columbia, Canada. Clan TV on the World Wide Web. Enjoyed bringing you men's and women's basketball throughout this GNAC regular season. I'm getting a report, but I can't quite make out if Simon Fraser's men are leading or trailing. trailing 57-53 in Concordia, the Clan men, against the winless Cavaliers tonight, looking for their 5th GNAC win. But right here, 18 seconds left. Montana State Billings trailing by 1, and they have the basketball. And the dynamic Riley Kane with the leather right now. Kane guarded by Swan into the paint, pivoting, turning Kohler with the basketball down to 8 seconds left. Kohler puts up a shot off the rim. She gets a second opportunity. Can't do it. Sophie wants the rebound. Underneath, they call a jump ball, and that's going to be Simon Fraser basketball with 2.7 seconds remaining. Swan got her mitts in there. She looks a little injured. She's holding the right wrist as she comes to the bench. Let's get a shot of Sophie Swan. Swan feeling it there in that wrist. There's a timeout on the floor right now. Take a look at the replay here. A great look at it from behind the goal. And you see Kohler now with the basketball. She's going to miss here. She's going to get her own rebound, and a great opportunity underneath. Just couldn't play the angle right. And here's where the jump ball is called, as Sophie and Kohler both battling for the basketball. And they call the jump ball, the right call made there, and Simon Fraser on the possession arrow will take the basketball with a 1-point lead and 2.7 seconds left. Simon Fraser with Drynan inbounding, going to Swan. They chase the ball down, 1 second, 0.8 remaining, and the foul is called against Alicia Breen. So what a turn of events here down the stretch drive. Simon Fraser has won the battles in the greasy areas of the court. Huge effort from their leader, Sophie Swan, to get the jump ball and the possession. And now Swan at the free throw line is going to make the first with 0.7 of a second to make it a 2-point lead. Vanessa Stavish and Taylor Edwards will check into this game based on their shooting prowess, I'm sure here, because a home run ball is what head coach Kevin Witten and company need here. After the Swant free throw, a make here by Sophie would mean a 3-point lead, and she's going to knock it down, a 3-point Clan lead. Claudia Hart guarding closely. Breen will heave it down the court. Can they get that second touchdown? This is good if it goes. Oh, and it just falls shy. Well, it would have been a 2, so it wouldn't have mattered. Simon Fraser holds on. 9 and 11, they will finish the GNAC season, but most importantly, the pulse is still there for a potential GNAC playoff berth. Simon Fraser, injury-riddle and down to 7 players here tonight, managed to gut out a 77-74 win over the Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets. They keep their playoff hopes alive, and it certainly would be great to get a post-game interview here. I don't know if we can get a camera crew over. Maybe we can just get head coach Bruce Langford for a second. I'll pull him over even if it's for audio. Can we grab you 1 second, coach? Just talk about the stretch drive of this basketball game and what your kids had to do to win this game.
Well, we kept giving them second chances, third chances, and fourth chances, and we said, I know you guys like adversity and you're trying to build your character, but could we stop giving them so many chances, because pretty soon we're going to run out of luck.
Have you liked their character, though? Down the stretch to play this kind of basketball has been so fun for the fans to watch.
Well, I think the last 3-4 weeks we've started to do a couple of things that were kind of nice, and we've had some success. You know, I mean, obviously our numbers are what they are, and we have to play a certain style because of the numbers, but I think that people have grown, and I think that there's some things that have come together nicely, and so, you know, now we've opened a door that maybe we have a chance at playoffs, and if I was whoever had to play us in the first round, I wouldn't be excited about playing us.
All right, well, thank you. Thanks for joining us, Coach. We appreciate the comments, and congratulations on the victory today.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Can we get another one? Yeah, okay. And we're endeavoring to get another interview here. We're hoping to get Sophie Swanton here, and she had a terrific game. And Sophie, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on keeping that postseason pulse going.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Talk about the last few minutes of this basketball game, what it was like to try and gut out this victory.
They are a very good team. They're more mature than us. Chances are, in a lot of different ways, they're more skilled than us. Definitely in the end of the game, like, they're far more composed than we are. And I mean, we lucked out a few of them. I mean, those are their shots. They took them, they missed. We were able to expel and get the boards. I mean, what more?
Can you talk about battling for the loose ball that got you the jump ball in the possession late in the game?
I mean, I just went up there with the hopes. I tried to channel Argyle Sophie basketball with ripping it down, and it worked out in our favor. It could have easily been blue ball.
Yeah, a shout out to the Argyle Nation there.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's some girls out in the fans today. My little sister right there.
Can you talk about, you were holding your wrist there. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm okay. She's just far stronger than I am, so when I got the rip down, just got caught. It happens. Yeah.
You guys are alive. Last question. You've got to, I guess, watch what happens on Saturday, but you got to be especially proud to be in this race with what's hit you guys this year in terms of injuries and numbers.
Definitely. I am so proud of this team, but this family, this basketball family, not only the team, but definitely the coaching staff. Ellen Ked, who's come back, Zach, who's our trainer. I mean, Flosha, Ozzy, who's been injured. Everyone has just been so great. We've really come together and yeah, it's actually really special. Yeah,
it's fun to watch. Well, go and enjoy it. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you,
all right. So Sophie Swan joining us here, and a shout out there to the Argyle Nation and all her basketball fans in North Vancouver. What a game it was today, and gutsy right down to the final tick of the clock as Sophie Swan makes some huge plays down the stretch drive of this basketball game. None bigger than her battles down low the entire game with both Breen and Kohler. And what a great look we have here from our Clan TV crew as Swan gets the basketball, gets fouled, and heads down the floor, hits them both, and makes it a 77-74 win. Some of the numbers we'll run through really quickly here for you. In terms of Simon Fraser shooting 47% from the field in this game. 5 double-digit scorers stepping up and getting the job done for the Clan. 17 points from our guest Sophie Swan. 16 points apiece for Taylor Jackson and Jessica Jones. And another 14 from Tia Sang. And the point guard Taylor Drynan supplying 7 assists and just 1 turnover in 36 minutes of play. So impressive for the Simon Fraser Clan. On the other side of the ledger, Riley Kane was superb for Montana State Billings. 12 of 18 from the field, 28 points, a game-high 28 as well. 20 points from Alicia Breen. Montana State Billings shooting 43% from the field. We will say goodbye for the season from the West Gym here. It's been a pleasure from start to finish. So for executive producer Steve Frost, for our marvelous producer Gabriel Lynn, for everybody on the Clan TV crew, we thank you for all of your efforts here. Hope you've enjoyed another great basketball season. Simon Fraser hoping to keep it going in Anchorage at the GNAC Championships, but they'll have to do some scoreboard watching on Saturday. Hope you enjoyed a dramatic finish to a great season. And Howard Samura here bidding you farewell from everybody at Simon Fraser University.